I was talking to our neighbor the other day, and she was telling me how she bought a home for her daughter in our subdivision. So I was a little taken back, but she said, "Yeah, I went directly to the builder. I didn't use you. You would have just gotten in the way." So that got me thinking, if my own neighbor thinks that way, I bet you a lot of people think that way too, that it's better just to go straight to the builder. And I don't understand that theory, because what I want to stress to you is that the builder's agents, they work for the builder. Now you're going to get customer service, yeah, sure, but their interest is with the builder. When you have your own agent, they are loyal to you. You know, as single agents, we're going to put your interests above all others, including ourselves. So you don't have anybody advocating for you if you're just going to work with the builder's agent. The next thing is the contract. I know those contracts inside and out. I know the important things that you should be aware of, and things that maybe you should and could question the builder on. If you're just working with the rep, they're not really going to, you know, ask questions or, push for things that maybe you should be getting. Now, nobody wants to pay too much when they buy a house. And how are you going to know what the other property sold for? A lot of the time, the builders, they're not going to give you the right comps. If you have an agent who knows the area, like myself, I study these markets every single day. I know, which properties closed at which price. I can give you a much better idea of what they've been selling for than the builder's agent will do. Now, I live and breathe parish real estate. I look at it every single day. I know the new developments. I know what's coming. I know where they're located. I know the boundary lines. And often, you're out there looking with the builder's rep, and you're at your preserve lot, and it's all wooded and pretty behind there. And what you don't know is that there's already been permits submitted for a new development behind your house, and that's going to be a road. These are important things that you are going to want to know. And the builder reps, they're not doing their due diligence like we are. They're not keeping track of everything that's going around in parish. Next thing is the incentives. Yeah, they're telling you what incentives they're going to give away, but often they do a little bit more. And if you have an agent, a seasoned agent that's been around and have seen what they've done in the past, be able to speak up for you and, help you negotiate a better deal than you would without us. The builder's agent, they're not going to do that. So back to my neighbor. Of course, she lives here in the neighborhood. So yeah, she knows the neighborhood. She knows what it's about. But she's not studying the contract. She doesn't know everything about the contract. She sure as heck doesn't know what the other house is sold for. And she's building a brand new home, not even buying an inventory home. And a lot of times the builders are going to make mistakes. And we've seen them make mistakes before. So we kind of know ahead of time when you're going through your inspections, maybe, hey, you should check this because it happened before. We can give you some insights like that. I really don't understand why people want to just use the builders reps and not have anybody represent them. It's really no cost to you because the builders do pay our commission. It's just a benefit. So just before you go out there and walk into a sales office without your agent, just think about it, because once you do that, you're eliminating yourself from getting an agent to represent you. Anyway, I hope that helps. I'll see you guys later. Amy and Tom, Keys of the Coast. Bye.